Hi, beautiful beings of light. This is Yana, and welcome to my YouTube channel. And month of March, but we are finishing this month. We have only a couple more days to go, and the energies of the highest caliber, I would say. It's exciting, but also exhausting, right? Because so many things, more and more things are surfacing, like you're gonna see on a public, area, right? And on TV, everything's pretty much transpiring, and but we have so much support. I know that there's so much support, there's so much help from our star family, galactic family, right? Even people of the inner earth, they're watching us, helping us. We just have to tune, right? Just tuning into those energies, going deep within, doing the inner work, right? Going to that sacred chamber of your heart. That's where the altar is. And where we go, we pray. And that's where the peace that passes all understanding is. That stillness. And the deep connection with God, with Source. That's what is going to be very needed in these coming months or years. And so on. Huge big bifurcation of consciousness, of course, right? The architecture, I'm talking about the etheric architecture, is changing. Actually, there was an article from Lisa Renee, right? Changing architecture. There's a transition from the dark eon to the new eon. It has begun. And there's the bifurcation of time. And it will greatly impact humanity. And so the mass consciousness morphogenesis, right? The transformation of the consciousness, it's huge. The shift in consciousness, the great awakening, guys, it's accumulating. It's massive. And the permanent change in the instruction set of the planetary grid network that alters how consciousness energy becomes matter on this planet. So it means things that used to work are not going to work anymore through that ego, through that fear-based consciousness, right? My roommate, people are nice, but they don't even understand how they've been mind-controlled, whether it's the black magic, fear-based consciousness, the ego, the trauma, drama, all this programming, right? Smoking, drinking, make sure you lock the door, because if there's a homeless guy, you cannot even offer him a food or water. What would Jesus do, right? Not what the government would do, right? You have this triangle here like this, the G in the middle, right? That was the infiltration of those Masonic symbols by those negative aliens. And here we go, people, I guess, accidents, people are dying. Fire rescue. Anyway, I was working a little bit on my website. I know it's very simple, kind of archaic, but I am creating the kind of structure system for my community, for my tribe, for my soul siblings in the military, right? Abused, violated, whether the Marines who were involved or who are forced to be involved in those satanic rituals, if you want to work for the elite of the negative fleet, right? So that's why I work with the Vought Flame. So we're going to invoke the Vought Flame for protection, right? Centering, chanting, extremely important, guys. Looking at things at the face value, extremely important. That's what creates our character and strength within us. Because here, like this, so the changes in planetary architecture accelerate humanity into an intensified phase of great transition, transformation, and transfiguration of personal consciousness, right? So also, guys, my videos, it's all about understanding yourself, right? I'm not here telling you what the president is saying, congressman, senator, all these kind of 3D, 4D narratives out there. Kingdom of Heaven is within. So for me, for my group, star seeds, right? Indigos, guardians, truth seekers, empaths, sensitives, highly evolved souls. galactic warriors, however you want to call it, right? The system busters, the renegades here, right? Whether coming from the Pleiades, the Arcturus, Sirius, Andromeda, right? Andromeda, that's the crystal star. It's hosting this ascension. So for us, the inner work, like I said, the purification, transformation of the negative ego, extremely important, so we can integrate the shadow back into the light. That's the 0 point balance, divine neutrality, right? That's the God matrix where all is. So so we'll look at the please look at my website, because I did these corrections. I go over the Ascension protocol, and I finally have pictures from Lisa Renee, right? Her Ascension glossary, even though I know she's been attacked horribly. That's why she's not on social media, and I think, right? I'm sure Ashayana was also having a horrible time, you know, when she was exposing, I mean, she was teaching, you know, all this material of the guardians, everything that she channeled, or that was transmitted to her. And you know, the through energy transmission. So anyway, so I'll talk about the base 10, right? We talk about the base 10 mathematics, the reversals. We need to go back to the 12 strands of DNA, right? The original tree of life, the true Merkaba, with 12 spheres, dimensional spheres. That's how the consciousness travels, right? And we are here in this 3D. That's 1, 2, 3 chakras, right? The personality, the ego. And we were trapped here. While our consciousness was being siphoned and being mind controlled and dumbed down, right? This is not normal to live like this. It's where the new golden age of Aquarius is here. Whether it's the 7th golden age, the golden age, it means the Christ consciousness, the freedom, unity, sovereignty, and being again part of our galactic family. That's what it's all about. So guys, I got a little bit of headache, you know, just dealing with my roommate in a bit, like you know, dark energy, so much fear, and you know, I guess the energies are they're amping up, right? And but the beach, you know, walk on the beach, the meditation, you know, daily routine. And we'll talk about it in my Ascension protocol, and I edit stuff on my website. So anyway, welcome. We'll go over that. Remember, my videos are for educational, entertainment, inspirational purposes, informational, right? Based on direct experiences. Through my soul signature, energy signature, through my operational filters. Okay, then how you guys then interpret what I'm sharing with you becomes your world, your reality. It's your story, right? If something triggers you or you don't agree, it's something that may need to be addressed within you, around you, right? Writing things down. Talk about the PTSD, time to heal. Very important. Have a pencil, paper. Write down your dreams, or journaling, or, you know, all these memory flashes that triggered some really bad trauma or experience, right? So and then what you do with is your responsibility. You are very powerful co-creators with the divine. We're watching our thoughts and feelings and emotions, our deeds and actions. We're powerful co-creators with the divine. That's how we were designed, with 12 strands of DNA, with the, you know, crystalline heart, with the plasma light body, the angelic divine luminous beings. Levitating, right? Teleportation, telepathy, psychic ability, seeing the future. Like I said, the highly advanced technology, free energy, the crystal generators, crystal palaces, crystal domes. That's how people live in the inner earth, Telos. Underneath Mount Shasta, California, the guardians, right, of that positive faction. And so we'll see how this all transpires, right? the compression breakthrough. The code name is Cobra for that. Actually, I went to see him in Switzerland back in 2016. So he's got the 2012 block. And so the energy is coming from the great central sun, you know, now the core, from the galactic core, which has been corrected, right? Thanks be to God, through the guardians, the architecture. Like I said, the sound wave frequency had to be corrected, the magnetic field corrected, and then you have our, you know, the family of the inner earth, right? So all these light coming from all these directions, right? From above and below. So that's why we have to be in our heart, in our center, the one single eye full of light. And that's part of the physical ascension. That's kind of how I understand it. But it's going to be very interesting how this is all going to unfold, right? Because so many people are still not awakened. Maybe they're still sleeping a little bit, but the more and more people are awakening. And some people actually may not be able to handle all the changes, all this transformation, right? Like Lisa Renee was talking about, that the planetary architecture of the cosmic clock is now secured by the Polydorian and crystal star guardian host, and they are restoring the natural laws. So no more the draconian measurements and the 3D jurisdiction, or 3D 4D, infiltrated by the Luciferian Satanists, right? By those negative aliens. Or the Nazis, the Gestapo, they infiltrated the entire infrastructure here in the United States and doing all kinds of experimentations on human population, especially on U.S. military. Guys in the military, soldiers, all this, the super soldier thing going on, and where there was an army, right? Navy, all this, the Navy SEALs, all the special forces, you know, we have the Marines and others. And so we are now connecting. I mean, this earth is now aligning with God's world. And so this diamond sun alignment transmits those on the Christos mission, and is gradually dissolving and imploding the artificial intelligence technology, right? So we had to actually override that, the structure. For me, that was the Marines. They're my soul group there, right? Who were extremely abused and violated, and running the Metatronic reversals based on mathematics. And I don't know, where is the picture right now? Let's see. So those are only 10 spheres, okay, instead of 12. So you see how connection to Mother Earth is extremely important, and connection to Father Sky or cosmic heart of Father Mother God. So then you can override the entire structure. That's what the guardians, I mean the galactic warriors, right, we had to be doing. I designed the 3 hearts meditation. You can find it on my website, yanakalai.com, Ascension. So we have to override that 10D grid of the archons, of the chimera group, you know, of the draconians, reptilians, of the negative faction of the fallen angelics, right? The Anunnaki, the Anu Elohim. So that was pretty much my work. Lots of violet flame invocation, right? So let's do that. Let's center ourselves, and then I will go over again the Ascension protocol in an expanded way, more detailed way. There's of course lots of information. I mean, everything that I learned mostly from Lisa Renee, you know, the guardian materials, you know, the Ashayana, putting all these dots together. So this is where I am coming from. So again, it's not for everybody, guys. Only take what resonates with you, leave the rest. Don't take things personally, right? Very important, even like for your protection, right? God's sovereign free boundaries is to only take what really feels right for you. If something doesn't feel right for you, you can do research, you can do self-study, you can educate yourself, or just kind of let go, let God, okay? So let's go into our heart, into our center. I usually close my eyes. I go in the middle of my brain, and also I feel my third eye. That's the spot in between my eyebrows, and my tongue is touching the upper palate. Make sure the spine is straight. Here I'm doing the best in my car. Focusing on your breath and focusing on your heart. Just go deep within. To that inner space within heart chakra, your higher heart. That's the 8th chakra. That's the portal to the divine. And of course, through your feet, you're anchoring yourself. You're connecting to Mother Earth, Mother Nature, or through your first chakra, or through Earth Star chakra, you're connecting to the crystal core of Mother Earth, Mother Nature. Okay. And just breathe. The breath will bring you even deeper into that core, into your center. Beloved, I'm presence bright. Round me seal your tube of light from ascended master flame. Call forth now in God's own name. Let it keep my temple free from all discord sent to me. I'm calling forth wildfire to blaze and transmit all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I'm one with the bat flame. Beloved, I'm presence bright, round me seal your tube of light. From ascended master flame, call forth now in God's own name. Let it keep my temple free from all discord sent to me. I'm calling forth wildfire to blaze and transmit all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I'm one with the bat flame. Beloved, I am presence bright, round me seal your tube of light. From ascended master flame, call forth now in God's own name. Let it keep my temple free from all discord sent to me. I'm calling forth wildfire to blaze and transmit all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I'm one with the bat flame. So envelop yourself, encircle yourself with that violet flame of transformation, transmutation, of freedom, of joy, of liberation, of forgiveness. See your entire body enveloped in that violet flame. Every cell, every molecule, every atom is bathing in that violet flame of transformation, transmutation. It's the inner alchemy, everything that needs to go, everything of that old programming, all conditioning, the mind control, the trauma, the drama, right? The pain body, the shadow self can be transformed, transmuted through that violet fire, violet flame. The law of transformation, right? There's a law for that. So all the blockages, all the stuck energy in your energy field, in your aura, in your body, in your emotional body, mental body, astral body, spiritual body, physical body. Just imagine all that leaving you, going back to God, going back to source. And you start feeling more light and light, lighter and lighter. And you can call upon those energies of Christ's consciousness, Christos Sophia consciousness, to come upon you, to envelop you. The energies of the new golden age of prosperity, abundance, peace, unity, harmony, happiness. It takes time for integration. And it's like an everyday practice. Those who are on Christos mission, those who are guardians, right? Those who are spiritual warriors, those, volunteer soul, right? This is like our routine. It's like everyday practice. Those especially who work with the violet flame, right? The 7th chakra, the 7 ray. So wherever we go, where we're transforming, transmuting, and know that all is well. Amen. Okay, guys, so okay, where's my... I can't believe it. Where did I put my... Oh, it's right here. I was like, come on, I just put my jacket there. So Ascension Guardian, that's the Ascension Guardian protocol for the new earth. What is Ascension? So again, guys, you can go on my page, on my website, and Ascension. But if you go on Ascension Glossary, again, I have so many papers, so I apologize. And of course, Lisa Renee stuff. The spiritual awakening, guys. It's all about spiritual awakening and expanding our consciousness, okay? And that we're not alone here. We're multidimensional, okay? And let me see here. What is Ascension? There's a mechanics behind Ascension. It's all science, guys. This is spiritual science. Spiritual science, this is cosmology. This is not like some kind of woo-woo-woo thing. Okay? This is actually going back to that original blueprint, the original knowledge, right? From our Christos founder races. That's how this universe, the 15-dimensional universal time matrix, was created with those 12 dimensions. So there is lots of science around it. Energy is conscious. Consciousness is energy. And right, the ascension cycle happens every 26,000 years or so. And we're aligning with the galactic core. So we're leaving the Kali Yuga, right, the dark age, and entering the new golden age, the Satya Yuga. And the 3D planet Earth entered galactic frequency cycle back in 2008. So she's got, again, incredible information, right? The universal tree of life, that's the architecture, that's the design, original design for this universe. And, because we've been infiltrated by those negative aliens, right? The 11 Stargate infiltrated and so on. We're now in this blended reality. So that's why it's the bifurcation of consciousness. Right? I mean, all these entities, and there's the elite of the negative fleet, and the Illuminati. Some of them don't even have a soul. The spark of the soul is not there, whether they're cloned. They can be designed like that. There's highly advanced technology. So now we will see everything transpiring, right? Who is who, what is choosing what. So we're here on a Christos mission, and we're doing all the repair. There has to be so much correction of the corruption that goes beyond any description. That's why I created the New Earth jurisdiction, right? Implementing the Galactic Codex, and studying the natural laws is extremely important. So so that was the Ascension. So what is Ascension? You can read that whether on my website, right? We're now plugging ourselves into that universal awareness, the multidimensional consciousness, okay? And they're ascension symptoms, of course. So you have to take care of yourself. Self-care, self-love, self-forgiveness, and be the compassionate witness. Because, you know, the corruptions and all these wrongdoings now transpiring, right? And it goes deep. And it's in every arena. And it affects everybody. And it is the Kundalini rising. The energy, right? Like I was showing guys the chakra column, right? There is this very powerful energy, coccyx area. So many people may have this kind of experiences, but because of addictions, because of mind control, because of all this poison and chemtrail, and now this stuff happening even to children, right? People will have a hard time. They don't know what's going on. This immense energy is rising up, and the sexual is part of the sexual energies, right? And if people are not really doing some energy hygiene and meditation, invoking of the Vath flame, or not controlling their mind, feelings, and emotions, it just wreaks havoc, right? And people are behaving in a very negative way, uncontrollable way, like you can even see in Hollywood, right? Or in the entertainment industry, but also sports industry. Because people are possessed. You know, we have entities. And then the nanobots, the nanotechnology. So going back to Mother Nature and living simply, extremely important. Fasting, drinking distilled water. So the protection, guys, extremely important. You can go yanakalai.com on my contact page, and where you can find the Unity Vow. Again, the original. You can find on energeticsynthesis.com from Lisa Renee. And you can find the 12D shield. The platinum light is so important. Those who are the star seeds, right? Because again, that's the 12D ray, that's the 12th dimension. We have to protect ourselves from those Dracos, reptilians, Anunnaki, from the 10th dimension, 11th dimension. And we have to do it each and every day, right? In the morning, and also before we go to bed. Lisa Renee's latest newsletter was all about, you know, the enlightened contact and the Emerald Order. We're going back to the original design, right, of the ancient ones, the Christos founder races. So protection is extremely important. And then the unity meditation with Sandra Walter, right, changing the carbon-based DNA into crystalline DNA. It does require lots of inner work. I mean, lots of focus, meditation. But also all about raising the frequency vibration, right? Of ourselves, of the planet. So then we can transition to the next harmonic universe. To the next octave, harmonic universe number 2. Soul connection consciousness expansion. That's the 4th dimension, 5th dimension, 6th dimension. That's why I talk about a lot about the 4th chakra. That's the heart chakra. The 5th chakra, throat chakra. Start expressing your truth with loving kindness, right? Because so many people were taught what to think, you know, what is politically correct, or what to think or how to think, right? People they don't know how to think for themselves. And then of course the 6th chakra, that's your third eye, right? Decalcify the pineal gland. I mean, the pineal gland, the pituitary gland. We've been so attacked, right? And the fluoride in the water, and the GMO food, and the chemicals, herbal chemicals everywhere. So of course, then we are disconnected. So many people, they don't see that there's this astral plane where the lower astral plane, the entities are, and wreaking havoc here on this planet, in this solar system, in this galaxy. Right? The book Alien Races, you can study all these aliens from Elena Denan. So, and so when you go on my Ascension page, rihannakalai.com Ascension page, that's the Unity meditation, and that's the also 3 Hearts meditation, right? To override the 10D structure the Metatronic reversals, right, where you connect to the earth of Mother Earth. You connect to the earth, right, to the core of Mother Earth, and you connect to the cosmic heart of Father Mother Sky. On services, I just put down the protocol of the evolving self from Telos, right? Their star family in the inner earth. They're also communicating with us. I mean, those who are attuned to that and those who are ready, who are reaching the level of consciousness, who are raising the frequency vibration, who can stay in neutrality, right? Because the fluctuation now can be huge, right? People are fluctuating and in a good mood, good energy, way up there, and suddenly the energy goes down. That's why working on that inner core, right? That 0 point balance, divine neutrality, detachment from the external world. I am in this world, but not out of it. Extremely important. So the protocol of the evolving self. So learn to question yourself, right? Who am I? Why did I come here to this planet? What is my mission? What are my gifts and talents? What is your passion? What did you do, I mean, as you were a child? What did you love to do as a child? Right? You're 6 years old, 7 years old, or 10 years old. And recognize and dismantle this old 3D programming, right? The belief system, the conditioning, all these old habits, the dogma, the trauma, the drama, all these limitations, restrictions, right? I mean, I always felt like this world is not correct. This is not just here, right? And all this criticism and all these pointing fingers and then, you know, this hexing and black magic, sorcery. Where is this coming from? Right? Those sensitive children, I mean, we're sensitive to all that, to those dark energies, dark entities. And, you know, in that astral plane, it does exist. That's why I am all about studying the universal laws, right? The New Earth jurisdiction, implementing the Galactic Codex. The Galactics are here helping us with the Ascension, right? If the treaty back in 1950s was signed with the Pleiadians, right? With the Ashtar Command, guys, now we would be, in paradise. We would have levitating cars, free energy technology, peace on earth. But I guess the government or the people, right? They were not ready, or the choice was to first, I guess, experience the horrible things, you know, torture, tyranny from those negative aliens, whether the Greys, the Orion group, the fallen ones, the Anunnaki and the Dracos and the Alpha Draconis and the reptilians, right? The whole military, all these secrets in the military, the dark government, the shadow government, the shadow military, right? The MIC, the military industrial complex, the DARPA, the ICC, interplanetary conglomerates, right? The dark secret space program. So really living like this here, this is not normal, while the government is having, you know, flying saucers, and they go to the moon, Mars, right? Off-world colonies, breakaway civilizations. So we need to really, everything of that old needs to go. So working with the Vat flame, transformation, transmutation works for me. Because the shadow is not only in our personal lives, right? We'll have families, of course. The lineage is huge. Like, I came here to transform, transmute the lineage, the military, right? The military of the negative faction. And then, but we have also collective shadow. We have the planetary shadow. And then, of course, you know, we have the galactic and so on. So that all needs to be transformed, transmuted, right? And we have so much help. And experiencing the sacred communion with your soul, guys. Extremely important. Call upon your soul. Blend with your soul. That's your true signature, energy signature. You're not the body. You're energy. Right? Reconnect with that Christ itself inside of you. The inner Christ. That inner self. And so blending with the soul. Bringing the soul energy into your heart. Right? It's going to be, again, the expansion. You feel that joy. You feel that true divine nature. That's how we were designed. This joy, this beauty, this harmony, unity, helping each other. Not like, oh, you have to lock the door because they're, some homeless and so on. Well, you offer him water, food, right? What would Jesus do? But of course, you have to be careful and so on. But it's just like, oh, so you don't pay taxes, so you're not a good citizen. Oh, they'll come after you. What, the shadow government, the men in black? Where are the ladies in white? Let's do that. Transmute these energies and do all these correction. The high priestesses, right? It's time. And every day, right, we're walking those energies of love and faith and trust and grace and gratitude and compassion. Be the compassionate witness. Sometimes, yeah, you gotta scream or shout, express yourself. Then immediately go back into your heart, into your center. Forgive yourself. Lord, have mercy. Know that all is well. We're extremely emotional beings, and that's why those negative aliens, they feed off of us, right? The emotional body is connected to that astral body, right? That's how they even manipulate our soul. That's how they manipulate our energy, our consciousness, right? And the whole mind control, the nanobots, all kinds of technology, right? Trackers. I mean, they have devices. That's why the mRNA and all these things, it doesn't even come from this planet, right? It comes from those negative aliens. And all these biolab, the laboratories, the bioweapons, whether in China, you have the Ukraine now. We have to pray for Russia. I mean, that was the message, praying for Russia. White color, the dove descending upon Russia. And of course, we have to pray for the entire world, so people can experience that joy inside of their hearts. So that's the training art, right? That's the Kabbalah, the tree of life, the ascension, the spheres, guys. This is how consciousness travels through dimensions. All about evolution. And that's why the 10D mathematics, right? That base 10 mathematics, it was all about to lock us into this inverted consciousness, perversion, right? Distortion, dumbing down into this prison planet, not evolving, not ascending, but the negative ones just siphoning energies from us, from our soul, from our heart, and from this planet, from Mother Earth, Mother Nature, and even from animals, and from plants, from other, like I said, trees, and so on. So that's why we have to break through all that, right? The compression breakthrough, building the momentum from within. The kingdom of heaven is within. Quantum manifestation protocol, right? The quantum science, the harmonic reactor, nanotechnology. Those are books from Marina Jacobi. You can study that. The Detox 101, right? Start taking care of your physical body, physical vessel. We were not designed all these tailgating and cookout, and how is your steak and how is your beef and all these charcoal grill. I mean, those are angelic. Those are of that really highly advanced nature, right? Or the Oraphim race with the future race and so on, guys. That was just like, what in the world is this all about? You want to be light? That's the plant-based diet. Oh, you want to be karma free, right? Let's talk about, the balancing karma through nutrition. I promised you guys I would be reading something from this book, The Karma. How it's perceived by the, that's the wide wing collective consciousness of 9, Magenta Pixie. So that's what you call karma, is simply the law of your universe, the law of karma, the law of cause and effect. What we put out there, we'll receive back. Everything it's like a boomerang, right? That's why, the negative ones, they, with their highly advanced technology, the black hole technology and so on, they were pretending like they're above the law and nobody will see them because they're in the astral plane. But we see you, right? It's all going to divine justice, the Galactic Codex, and you have the universal trials, cosmic trials, the galactic military tribunals. So it is that which is magnetic polarity, striving for individual and thus planetary cosmic balance. It's all about striving for balance. That's why we have to look at our karma. We have to look at our shadow. We have to look at all the skeletons in our closet, because that's how we free ourselves then. The misqualified energies, miasma, all these attachments. Don't be afraid of it. But the programming was guilt, blame, and shame. Said, okay, that was the past. I didn't know. I was not informed. Right? All this abuse and violence and tyranny, especially in the military, that's what I experienced. It's called recruitment, the dining in, KKK, right? The dark rituals, sorcery, witchcrafting, some kind of queen, lizard, ruling the underworld. No. So it is not that which you are given as in a gold star if you're good, or reduction in a point system if you're bad. It is not outside of you. It is part of you, right? The karma. So many people are like, oh, I don't have any dark energies. Oh, there's no shadow in me. Well, if you don't confront it, guess what? It grows. And then it controls you. It manipulates you. So then you're doing this kind of disharmony to yourself. Right? This misfortune. And like I said, the architecture is changing, the etheric, right? So things that previously were working, they're not going to work. So it is the method of substance that the architect chose to be the means in which her children should remember that they are the architect. So we are the creators, right? It is a memory activation tool. So yet in truth, you are doing here, what you are doing here is seeing yourself, knowing yourself, and balancing yourself. So, and that's what they mean by the term karma. Okay, you want to be karma free here? Light diet. So if one wishes to move through a fully aware ascension process in the most aligned way available to you at this time, which is that which is called accelerate or stargate ascension, one would need to have moved to that stage of mastery achieved by the indigenous people, which is akin to being karma free. One needs to be as light as possible. The way forward here is to follow predominantly plant-based way of eating. Consuming small amounts of sustainably raised animal flesh or animal products eaten infrequently would not affect the Stargate ascension process. However, if a large amount of animal flesh, even sustainably raised seafood, is eaten, then these codes tie you or bind you into the physical dimension, into the 3D. Right? And the seafood, that's the astral dimension. So this is likely to affect your ability to raise the frequency high enough to reach full, free, fifth dimensional energy, or what we may call permanent residence in the new earth. So the diet plays an important part in our lives. So that's why for me, the communities, right? Yoga, Ayurveda, spend some time at the ashram, right? Two ashrams, one in New York, one in Florida. You know, this is my way of living. That's how I believe the life should be spent. And yeah, so like I said, juicing, fasting, superfood. Okay, so the vegan light diet, yoga, Ayurvedic cooking. So we'll talk about it next time, about the Ayurvedic cooking and so on, the cleansing, simple cleansing methods. 8 steps of yoga, guys, yamas, niyamas, morals, ethics, discipline. So it's not like here, like a gym, make sure you got the perfect yoga clothes, your body looks perfect, and you're just looking at the mirror, make sure you're right in the pose. No, you first start with your ethics, we start with your morals. So it means it has to do ahimsa, no harm, right? Anybody through your thoughts, emotions, words, and even actions. Okay, so that's a lots of discipline there. Okay, you have to be modest, honest, of course, simplicity, right? Simple living, high thinking, moderation in everything, whether it's food or sexual energy, sex. You know, I mean, even you're in drugs and alcohol, right? I mean, it's all people are obsessed or possessed by astral entities and the mind control and stuck in the Metatronic reversals, right? And especially in the military, all these hexing. So they need lots of help. And self-study, right? Self-study, self-discipline, spiritual discipline, sadhana, and then being able to surrender, leave it to let go, let God, right? The military, what I experience also, like whether in the relationships and family, right? Even family, Eastern Europe, revenge, and all this stubbornness. Let go, let God. Let go, let God. If you want to change it, right? You have to first change it within yourself. You cannot change other people, but we're parents, we're the gods. Really? Where's your connection to the divine, to God's spark, right? Start working on yourself. Time to grow up. That's why I pretty much disconnected myself from them, and just sending some healing energies, healing music, Yeshua, Jesus, right? Even though it was dogma, Catholic Church, communism, you couldn't talk about God and so on. Time for revival, time for resurrection, all these energies, right? Of Christ consciousness, everything that has been suppressed, oppressed, taken away from us. Know your rights, right? That's why I talk about the Galactic Codex. Know your rights for spiritual, physical abundance, for ascension, meeting your star family, galactic family, the right for all the information. Everything needs to be declassified. All the classified information declassified, right? That's why we are doing the disclosure, the ET disclosure. We are the ET. We're the future race, right? The Oraphim here, the Indigos here, the Diamond Sun DNA or double Sun DNA or even Emerald, right? Matrices. We're going back to the Emerald order, the Emerald Covenant, right? The natural laws, the law of one. So that's how we roll here in this ascension. And this is the communities that I'm creating based on this protocol, ascension protocol. So that was the 8 steps of yoga. Of course, the learning how to control your breath, prana, chi, and then the focus, right? The focus, concentration, meditation, reaching Satchitananda, the highest state of awareness, nirvana, samadhi, freedom, liberation from the phantom matrix, from the false reality, the computer simulation of the archons, of the negative ones, the chimera group, right? The cabal, the Illuminati, the shadow government. They have highly advanced technology. But now, right, the good ETs, they have the technology for us. When we are ready, we can liberate ourselves, we can heal ourselves, we can cleanse the environment, we can cleanse the water, the ocean, the air, the atmosphere, the soil. And we can grow, again, beautiful fruits and vegetables, have beautiful gardens, beautiful communities. Reuniting with our star family, with Pleiadians, Arcturians, Sirians, Andromedans. Even from Orion, the Druids, the Celtics. Guys, I love japa mantra meditation, like repetition, right? Om Namah Shivaya. I am a being of wildfire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of wildfire. I am the purity God desires. Whenever you find yourself, oh my God, too much confusion, there's an anger, there's so much distortion, a craziness going on, take a deep breath, go inside of your heart. You can start praying, chanting. Just be grateful for all that. Thank you for the recognition. Thank you. This is the situation where I can give myself even more love and I can forgive myself. Nobody can forgive for you, right? Nobody can ascend for you. But that power lies within you, right? So connecting to that power that is inside of you, right? Each and every day. That's how you grow, build the momentum. You increase the light quotient, and that's how you ascend and free yourself from this you know, all these restrictions, you know, from that 3D matrix, and how you can also heal yourself, heal your mind, your emotions, free thinking, and harmony, having beautiful relationships, right, guys? This is not a relationship site here. We're leaving this old way of thinking and dating, right? All these hookups, whatever that is. Communication, co-creation, cooperation with virtues of your soul, right? Embodying your soul, extremely important, right? And the morals and ethics, it means you have to align yourself with God's divine will and understand and embody universal laws. Learn how to work with energies, how to be master of your energies, especially sexual energies. But the shadow work's extremely important, right? Negative ego, transformation, transmutation, all this sugar-coatedness, and everything is great, but that person smokes and drinks, but he behaves himself so perfectly, right? And then something happens, I didn't lock the back door, and he just got totally enraged, right? That's why you have to embrace that. You have to embrace that shadow, that negativity, right? Look at all the skeletons in the closet, extremely important. And bot flame invocation, chakra cleansing, whether through solfeggio tones, healing music, right? Doing energy hygiene. Read ingredients in everything that you buy, even the toothpaste. Some people, I mean, this, you know, guy still using Colgate. I say, hey, there's a fluoride there, man. It calcifies your pineal gland. So he goes ahead and buys himself Jason. There's this company, Jason. I mean, you can read the ingredients. And if you go to health food store, if you go to Trader Joe's, or, you know, there's here another, you know, expensive, but, you know, I'm spending money for what makes me happy, what makes me healthy. And I do what I love to do whenever I can, even though I know I have to go to work very soon. But that's okay. You know, just pay my room, pay my room. But you know, just creating this community for my the indigo for those souls from Tara, the planet Terra. They ended up in the military and abused and violated, right? So hopefully somehow we'll be able to reconnect, because now we are dealing with high-ranking military officers, right? I'm dealing with this whole military thing, the MC, you know, the MIC. So it's very, very interesting situation. But I'm aligning myself with the Law of One, and of course the Ashta command with my galactic family. And PTSD, oh, I also forgot coloring mandalas, guys. Coloring, working with colors, or being in nature, right? The green, so important. And looking at the sky. I mean, now I have a hard time to actually even look at the sun. The sun is so intense. You know, all these plasma codes, right? I mean, it's, you know, the plasma, the gamma rays, I mean, frequencies. We are being inundated by extremely high frequencies and light codes. So, so just bathe in those energies with your eyes closed, walking on the beach, enjoying the ocean, right? The water. It's beautiful. PTSD Time to Heal. Talk about Kathy O'Brien, right? Trans, that movie. She's got this documentary going on. And she tells the entire story. As a child, she was sold to the Project Monarch, right? To that CIA, 3-letter agencies. They're all hooked to ICC, hooked to the Dark Fleet, the Nazi Gestapo, and all they want, control, manipulation of the entire solar system, galaxy, even of this matrix. But the Christos founder races, they designed this 15-dimensional universal time matrix. For them, its time is up, right? The Galactic Codex, we're implementing that on your jurisdiction, yanakalai.com, on my homepage. You can find all that. You can download it and just take only what resonates with you. But reading it over and over, knowing about it, guys, you know, that's how you start like resurrecting the consciousness of your true self, and you start feeling your divine nature. And then you have the right to be free to express yourself, right? Where is the Declaration of Independence? We have to resurrect the original Constitution of 1776, right? We have to even resurrect this true structure, the true meaning of Rosicrucians and of Freemasons, just like from the Pleiades, not being infiltrated by those negative aliens, and now all these Satanism, Luciferianism, pedophilia, narcissism, and so on. Guys, understand the difference. Start to distinguish who is who, what is what, and start studying the human history, the galactic history, the truth. Because there's hardly any truth here in this kind of 3D history, 3D narrative. It's all being twisted, perverted, distorted, inverted, corrupted, name it. So the corrections needs to start from within. Kingdom of heaven is within, right? It has to come from us, with us. We're the world. We're the change we want to see in the world, right? We're the government. We're the community with ET, right? We are the society with fair and new jurisdiction, with also the new military, the Space Force, aligned under God's law, under the law of one, and doing God's will, not my will, but done be done. So that was PTSD, time to heal. Write things down, guys. Everything that triggers you, everything that brings you down, write it down. There's something about it. You can release it, transform it, and bring those new energies of ascension into your aura, into your body, into your mind, into your energy field, into your emotional body, mental body, into your also physical structure, right? Into your cells, living cells full of light. Here we go, these big cars, big trucks. Anyway, Galactic Codex, right? Talk about it, the aligning with law of one, study the universal laws, the natural laws. Because we are bringing the divine justice here, and things will start getting extremely interesting. So being careful. New Earth society with fair and true jurisdiction, with military force, space force, in truth, integrity, fairness, unity, so we can be part of a cosmic galactic family. Many blessings and namaste. I'll talk to you next time. Bye bye.